So I normally come here to buy a radio. So since I was in immigration prison, they put me under FBI surveillance. I normally come here to buy a radio. My radio has not been working. So I just been using the rubber band to glue it together. And so I just like, let me just come here to buy a new radio. And I was around the corner. I was calling my mailbox because, I was expecting a letter from I applied for a project building in the Bronx called Michalama Project Building. And usually when you apply, they're supposed to send you a notice in the mail, and I didn't get no notice. So the mailbox is still in my mail, you know. So I believe I've been under the FBI surveillance, and they just want to kick me out of the country. Is this what they're doing to the immigrants? They will trick them, say, come for immigration, citizenship papers, and when they get there, they will arrest them, the permanent resident. A guy said they're just playing games with immigrants under this Trump. I've been reporting him also for his corruption. There was a time he tried to run me over with his car after I went to his hotel, Taj Mahal, and they treated me so appalling. They treated me so bad. I recorded that I was going to sue Trump and his hotel. Then I came back to New York. So I've been getting full of black American kids taunting me. Sometimes they rob me, punch me. So there's like a black American gang also follow me around. You know. So they just think the IRS applied for tax refund from 2020 stimulus check, and and they sent me this mail. They made me wait since September 2024, and finally they sent me and said nope, denied. You know, so I sent them. They said they received it September 2024. You know, and I sent them claim for 2020 and 2021. Yet they have rightfully denied the one for 2020. And these kids have been playing basketball for all I know. I don't know what is going on. You know, the kids have been acting so intimidating. Somebody will try to throw the basketball at me, and I was beat up near the basketball stadium, next basketball stadium. Then this basketball player, Damon Lillard or something, was saying, they posted something on Instagram. Say Thunder Lake. At that time, I was using a Thunder VPN. And that's not a real American English. It's a congratulations, Thunder Lake. After some females were kicking me, high school kids. They were all females. My mother said daughter Bolale is part of the gang and she likes to kick people. That she learned how to kick people. So this is like acting weird. They told them to exaggerate everything about me. Make me look I'm crazy. I'm attacking everybody. So they're like, what's all this? I'm not coming to your stuff. What's all this? And they're acting scared. They told them to exaggerate everything about. Say this is the best way to kill people. So there's this black American basketball player also named Damon Lillard, you know, and they're acting all scared. If you don't want me to shop your stuff, I'm not coming to your stuff. I just want to quickly record because I always like to record stuff and upload it online because I'm always getting hacked also. So I believe the FBI, since my mother's brothers killed my mother in Bellevue Hospital, feigning mental illness on her, and also the immigration arrested me wrongfully in 2000. I've been trying to sue the U.S. immigration. I've been trying to sue this a government hospital called Bellevue Hospital. My mother's daughter trained mental illness on her to kill her there, even though my mother wasn't crazy. So my mother got angry. She was having a heart problem and went to Bellevue. So my mother got angry and died. And also, I'm trying to sue New York City police. They took my home in 2010. A black American guy was trying to help me with the call papers. They took him dead. So I believe the police department and the federal authorities are like, we're just going to treat this immigrant like a clown. We're not going to let them get any money. We're just going to use our power and our influence to harass this immigrant and not give them nothing. And even claim they're terrorists and, they were killed because they were dangerous. So stores like this, they act funny. They act funny. They don't like to let me shop here. That's not good. I came here before 8 o'clock and you guys are always so rude to me. Remember the last time I came here, I got robbed? I asked you to call the police. You didn't call the police. So that's not good. If the police are the ones telling you to be maltreating immigrants, you close at 8, and I got here at 7:55. You quickly close the door, and you were chasing me away. You closed at 8, and you attend to other people. Okay, that's not good. That if the police in America are telling to be harassing immigrants, the international community can review this Because this Trump is harassing immigrants. I'm a permanent resident. My mother was killed here. My father's been killed. I have the complaint against this Trump. And I've been getting harassed. Black Americans will punch me. And you guys, you're laughing. It's not funny. If they're telling you to mistreat immigrants, you cannot be charged with war crime. Like the Jews, that the Germans that killed the Jews. You know, they said they were treating Eric Garner like this also. Anywhere it goes, they'll call the police on him. I'm trying the police came and took him there. They said, they said that people like Martin Luther King, the police will be spraying them with water, and his family found out that the person that killed him was sent by the U.S. government. That they were just lying, that it was just a crazy man that killed him. They said it was the Martin Luther King family won the lawsuit, but they could only pay them $100 because they waited too late. You know, so they could only use a law in South Carolina that allows you to file late against the U.S. government. So they only win $100. So much of the King's Day. You know, so the IRS is actually funny. So I applied for I applied for my tax refund, and they told me we receive your tax return on September 3, 2025. Okay, so they said that they're training mental illness on people. I'm like, are you trying to confuse me? It's not yet September 3, 2025. So why are you saying you received the receipt date on your federal tax return in September 2025? They said that immigration is also sending letters to Americans saying they should report for deportation. So this Trump is playing a game on everybody. You know, I don't know, my mother's daughter framed mental illness on my mother and killed her. So I was so upset about that, you know, and they even framed mental illness on me and almost got me killed. In 2001. Me and my mother was homeless in New York. So she tricked me to follow her to Pennsylvania where the daughters live. But I didn't want to live with the daughters because the daughters are violent. They used to beat up my mother in Nigeria, asking her to bring them to America. So she arranged with the white family in Pennsylvania for them to come to America in 1990. As soon as they got here, they beat up the white family. They almost got deported to Nigeria. But they put them in prison instead. You know, so they've been having issues since childhood, you know. And so in 2015, they framed mental illness of my mother and killed her. So I don't know if those daughters work with the U.S. government because they refused to arrest them. They refused to arrest them. And they said the U.S. immigration is acting crazy also, sending notices to the Americans. They said there was an American doctor. They sent her notice to report for deportation. They said they've also arrested another American citizen. Even though she had a birth certificate in Florida, she's now in immigration detention. They said they arrested another immigration, they sent a note to another immigration lawyer. So now the tax, I sent my tax return since last year, expecting to get paid, and they said, they received it 2025, September 2025. We're still in April, so how can they receive my tax return? So I've been getting followed by Black Americans laughing like they're crazy, you know. So they locked me up in the mental ward in 2019 wrongfully, as I was criticizing this Trump. So they said that immigration also acting crazy. So I don't know what is going on. Why this Trump is encouraging his staff, his federal agents to be acting crazy. So something, and even Nancy Pelosi said what is happening is crazy. So what is happening with this Trump is crazy. You know, so I don't know why these white supremacists believe. Are they trying to plead insanity and kill people? I don't know. So the tax office sent me a notice that they received my tax return on September 2020. There's nobody making grammatical error. They're very astute, the tax IRS. So the immigration also sending deportation letters to American citizens. So I don't know if this is a rogue government and they're trying to claim it, and they're afraid of being charged with war crime and they're trying to kill insanity. I don't know. I don't know whatever's going on. But Nancy Pelosi, she said, our Trump is acting is crazy. I don't know. I think she used the word crazy, abnormal, or something like that. So I'm noticing a lot of abnormal behavior in which people are mistreating me. Like this store, I got here like 7:55, and because before I got here, they probably locked the door on me and they were letting other people, take over the customers. And as I stood at the door, they were acting like they were scared of me. Like, they're scared of the black person, the black neighbor. You know, you know. I'm an immigrant. So, and the other day I came here, there was a time I was criticizing Giuliani and Trump. Giuliani was his lawyer and he was his suspect, and they locked me up in the cycle. So I always listen to ABC Radio Giuliani show. He has since been facing court charges for insurrection, so I don't hear him on the radio anymore, WABC. So I was listening to the Giuliani show and I came in to buy a radio. And he was making suspicious comments that day, on his radio show, you know, and I didn't know what the suspicious comments was about. So I came into the store, so I wanted to buy a radio and they was telling me to sell radios like this. And when I came out, my bag, I left it outside, was gone. So I was telling her, I just got robbed. Can you call 911? Folks said, no, go outside, go outside. I was like, excuse me. They always tell me to leave my bag outside. I left my bag like this outside. And when I went to the store, a guy came into the store, said he wants to buy a radio also. Okay, I was like, that's odd. Usually I'm the only person buying radio. People in America don't really buy American radio anymore. You know, so, and then he left. So then I said, they said I was going to buy a radio anymore, then he left. Then, then I paid for my radio. Then came back outside. My bag was gone. I said, "Oh my goodness! I've been robbed! I've been robbed!" I was listening to the Giuliani show, so I reported him that him and Trump were into a collusion, and I reported him to the New York Times, but I was listening to his radio show on ABC, and on that particular day I came here, and he was making comments on his radio show, like he knew I was listening to his radio show because I'm under the FBI surveillance since I came out of prison, so they can listen to what you're listening to through your cell phone. They can hear everything. When they tap into your cell phone, they can hear surrounding noises. So they even though I have an earphone, they could hear. So I left my bag outside. I went to the store. When I came out of the store, my bag was gone. So I told them in the store, please you have to call 911. Cause your camera will pick up whoever stole my stuff. And they told me no, we're not calling 911. Go outside, leave our store, leave. And they're too violent on me. So I called 911. I was waiting. Almost 2 hours, the police didn't come. And they closed the store and left. I was telling them the address and the police didn't show up. They said that Giuliani has control over New York. So it's just so much. They said in Guantanamo Bay prison also, they drive the Arab prisons crazy. So this is Clarkson. They drive them crazy by just Guantanamo Bay torture, waterboarding them. So this is Clarkson and Flatbush. Hey, my camera's not really picking up so good. You know, So they said this is one of their torture techniques, whereby So the police took my home in 2010. The immigration arrested me wrongfully in 2000. My mother got killed in a New York hospital in 2015. So I'm trying to handle all these cases, and no law in America would help me. And regardless was going to help me, the police would have beat him dead. So now I'm just so overwhelmed. I'm trying to get my tax refund for stimulus check for 2020 and 2021. And they sent me a notice. It's like they just want to annoy me. So we received your tax return on September 2025. It's not yet September 2025. They tell me no, but deny your claim. Usually, I applied for 2020 and 2021. I said they deny my claim for 2020 because usually you have 3 years to file. But the one for 2021 is within 3 years. Now they put the right date on top. They're supposed to put 2024, September 2024. That's when they received my claim. But at the bottom, they said they received it on September 2024. So why would they get the date right on top and get it wrong with the bottom? So it's like they're playing games, and they told me to get a lawyer and sue them. I'm trying to sue New York City Hospital for killing my mother in Bellevue by her daughters who were mental illness on her and got her locked up. English wasn't crazy. She passed the mental test. I'm trying to sue Bellevue for 10 years and I can't find a lawyer. I'm trying to sue U.S. Immigration for arresting me wrongfully when I had a green card in 2000. I can't find a lawyer. I'm trying to sue the NYPD for taking my home in 2010. I can't find a lawyer. Now they tell me how to sue. I arrest extra. So it's like they just having fun. It's like the American lawyers. I don't know what's going on. They told me they're not going to help. When my mother was alive, we went to so many lawyers. They told us they're not going to help us either. We were trying to sue the U.S. Immigration also when my mother was alive. And they told us no. So this, and also, I guess to drive me more crazy, I got food stamp. I got a letter from the police. They said somebody told them I'm no longer in New York. You know, they said they're going to cancel all my assistance. You know, so why would anyone be playing games with me? I'm thinking it's my mother's daughters. They stole my green card and thinking they're using my identity. You know, and then there was a time, as soon as Arigadam was elected mayor in 2021, in December, I went to the Brooklyn Nets Stadium around that area. I was trying to connect my phone to the Simple Mobile, and I was talking with the Simple Mobile. They told me the Target store didn't activate my phone properly. They can't connect me, and they were just bullshitting me, trying to get me angry. I was like, "What do you mean that the Target store didn't activate my phone?" They said they didn't activate my phone properly. So I was talking to them. All of a sudden, I saw some kids approaching. Boom! Bang! Started beating me in the afternoon, and they were kicking me. I was seeing stars, and I started running. And they chased me across the street. And I went across the street on that area. I think it's called. That's the place called. I think it's called Flatbush Avenue. You know, what's that street called? It's in front of the Atlantic Nets Stadium. It's in front of the Nets Stadium. I think that street is called. That's the same street Long Island University is on. It's a long street. It's where it's the same street where Long Island University is, and the same street where Nets Stadium is. It's a long street. I think it might be called Flatbush Avenue. Yeah, I think it might be called Flatbush Avenue. You know, so near the next stadium, and the kids started beating me up. So December 2021, after Ricardo was elected, so I ran into the store. They broke the glass in the store. They had metal pipe in their hand. I was like, "What? They were kicking me. They were all female." My mother said, "Daughter Bolani likes to kick people. So she learned taekwondo or something in school in America." You know, and so so the store owner called 911. I called 911 also, and the police came and saw the kids with the metal pipe in their hand. And the store owner said he needs to file insurance claim because the damage is window. And the police said no, it's like they're not going to give him a police report, and sent the kids away. So I'm like, why is the police covering up? I said, you shut up. So we're not giving him no police report. You know, then after that, so more of the kids will come and beat me up in that area. You know, and I call the police. The police won't help me. They say, "Are you crazy? You're seeing people beating you up. Where are they? Oh, you're crazy. They'll lock you up in a psychiatric ward." They said, "No." I said, "You have got to framing mental illness on people, trying to make people look like they're crazy, sending me letter with the wrong dates, trying to confuse me." I said, "This is torture." So you have to, and their police will harass me. I said, their police in Brooklyn kill a number of people by forcing them into psychiatric care and using force, into psychiatric admission. So I said, no, don't try to use force against me. I was supporting them also. So sometimes I was kept alive, but one day they choked me and put me in the psych ward regardless. In July 2019, I stole the green card I had on me. My mother still stole one of the green cards I had before, but I had another one. The immigration mistakenly sent me two green cards. So I kept one, my mother kept one. But the one my mother kept for me, they stole the door stole it when they killed my mother in 2015. So the one I had on me in 2019, the police arrested me, took it from me, choked me, And then 2021, December, Ricardo became mayor. And some black American kids are arrested, were beating me up. They close to the Brooklyn Nets Stadium as I was talking on the phone, trying to connect my phone. So I ran across the street. I think it's just Flatbush Avenue, further up the street. You know, so I run across the street, into a store like this, and there was a white guy that owns it, and the kids came broke the glass with a metal pipe. So as there was somebody filming it, like somebody was paying these kids to beat me up, and told them to film it so they can pay them to make sure this kid did that. You know, and the police refused to do a police report. Then after that, this guy called Damon Lillard, said, "Congratulations, Thunder Lake." That's not a real English. That's not American English. I was following his account on Instagram. After the kids beat me up, he said, "Congratulations, Thunder Lake." So I used to use a Thunder VPN. He made a post. You know, I, 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 I used to use a Thunder VPN to hide. So my phone was always being hacked into. My videos will disappear after I record them. You know, so I was like, is this guy hacking into my phone? Why is he using an English say congratulations, Thunder, like after I got beat up and broken? And these kids were kicking me. My mother said daughters like to kick people. And today also I was listening about like kids playing basketball because they were costing me, like scaring me with the basketball. So they tried to hit me in the head with basketball. So I don't know, if there's I'm trying to sue the U.S. immigration, sue the police for taking my home, sue Bellevue Hospital. So potentially I could get a lot of money for Bellevue Hospital killing my mother. But I don't know if this is why this gang want to kill me. So because I don't have a child, I'm unmarried. So they hope my mother's daughters will inherit all the money and share it with them. You know, so I've been experiencing a lot of harassment like this, and I believe that law enforcement also may want me dead because they would rather have the gang members take the money from me than me being alive and take the money as a Nigerian. So I believe this is just enforcing their racism. Because I'm also Eric Garner was trying to help me when the police want to choke him dead. So they don't want their law enforcement may have hired these black American thugs to kill me because they don't want the Eric killer to go to jail. Because that may expose a lot of things that they hired the Eric killer to kill Eric so Eric wouldn't happen. Because this may put the FBI in trouble. So they say sometimes they conspiracy theories say sometimes the federal agents uses thugs to assassinate people. In the Martin Luther King case, his family members sued late, and the court found that that the guy that killed Martin Luther King was an assassin hired by the federal agent. It wasn't just a thug that was out of control, but they were only able to win $100. So they said they engage in political assassination. So the way these people are acting weird, it's almost like they're trying to lure me to political assassination. It's like there are thugs being hired, but they're you know they're subjugated. It's like they have so many chains of command to try not to break their network. So I'm thinking the federal agents hire some of these people to you know to then they hired local thugs to be harassing me everywhere. Because the day I was getting kicked, and the kids ran away, then this Demon Lila post on his Instagram, congratulations Thunder. Like I use Thunder VPN and it's not really real English. My mother does like to kick Bolani, like to kick people. But she's very good at kicking people. She learned up one in school or karate or whatever it is. So she learned. I can't even remember what the name of that sport where you kick people. You learn how to kick people. You know, so all kinds of, and I said, and my mother said that Bolanle, she likes to drive people crazy, you know. So there's somebody has just called the welfare office that they should stop giving me welfare. I've moved out of New York. So it's most likely, I'm suspecting is this Bolani. My mother said this Bolani was stealing her identity, stealing her property also when my mother was alive, you know. So the welfare office told me they're going to cancel my case. The day I went to apply for welfare also, a Spanish woman came there. And she was disrupting everything. She was tired of you foreigners coming here. I don't want to deal with you foreigners. And she was so rude. I was like, she was trying to stick at a fight with me. I just ignored her. I was ignoring everything she was doing. And when I applied for the welfare that day, they told me the computer is no longer working. I should go outside. That was like in August last year. And anytime I went back there, they told me the computer is not working. And they delayed me until November. That's when I could apply for welfare. You know, so this is very serious. So I'm thinking my mother's daughter and this Damon Lillard and their federal agents, they're involved in some gang and they're just hiring these gangs to just get rid of me, kill me off as a crazy maniac, just making stupid claims. You know, so I believe this, so they deny me everything I apply for, they deny me. And they try to, like this one, they said, they received my tax return on September 2025. Even though they put the right date on top, it's September 2024. And my mother was also suspicious that the way her daughter came to the hospital in Bellevue, she didn't know who gave her the address, but she didn't tell nobody what hospital she was in. So she was wondering how did the daughters know. So it's very likely this Bolanle may be one of their federal agents along with this Demon Lillard. So they're hiring street thugs beating me, punching me, and they'll just make it look like, like the Arizona killing, that was just a random act of violence, accidental killing. So this has to be under investigation in case I get killed. Yeah, the motive should be possible cover up of crimes by the FBI in surveilling me and having Arizona killed after I mentioned Arizona and said it was going to help me, and they will send the police officer to go choke him. I require Arizona on Staten Island on Bay Street and Victor Boulevard when I met with him. So so this is powerful evidence. They said that they're federal agents, you know, do that a lot, mess with people, so they're delegating the police to be coming around me and stuff. So they just reported me to the welfare police. Then somebody said I was out of state. Somebody snitched. They told me to get in touch with the intake agents, you know, to show evidence I'm still in New York. To give them a landlord letter. Of course, I'm homeless. I don't have a landlord letter. So so this like someone has sophisticated knowledge on how to harass me and cancel every benefit. They said they want me starving and dead on the street. They said they're trying to incite suicide. They said that's another thing they've been noticing. They said they had to put a federal monitor in Rikers Island that they were abusing the prisoners, getting them to commit suicide. Either I don't know what method they were using, whether they were starving these prisoners, but they were using a lot of prisoner on prisoner abuse. They will hire the stronger prisoners to beat up the weaker prisoner. So they said they're doing this in the Rikers Island. A lot of family members said they're beating up their family members in prison. So now they're brought to the street. Because I'm a poor immigrant, I really don't have any friends. So they're hiring some of these black American superstars to use their fans, because these people have fans, like this Damon Lillard is a basketball player, so he has a lot of black Americans that like him. You know, so they're using their influence. So I believe their federal agents are subjugating this assassination to their superstars. And I guess these superstars will get street cred. They can order somebody to kill you. I believe these demon raps. They say there's a drill rap in America, which is about getting people killed, like Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. Well, they said they were into that kind of drill rap. I don't really know much of the hip hop culture. So they said the hip hop culture is very toxic. Now you have like FBI, and it's been speculated that the FBI and the police have been helping to get these rappers to be killing each other. That they know more. So this Damon Lillard is a rapper, and it seems the federal agents after killing Arizona, and see I'm the only witness alive that nobody killed Arizona. We have hired this as Damon Lillard that use their influence to get the fellow black Americans to kill the immigrants on the street and use this as a street cred so they can be playing your music. So international community needs to review this. I'm expressing all kind of weirdness. I'm getting robbed. The FBI may be using black American rappers to kill each other. My friend Erugana has been killed, and I'm being harassed by black Americans. I'm a Nigerian. I'm not into the hip hop rap. I'm not into the tug war, but I need the international community to look into this. And in case I'm killed, my mother's daughter should be the last to inherit anything from me. Only human rights activists should administer my estate and get justice for me and my mother, and give the rest of the money to charity to those who suffer xenophobia. Like, okay, so it's like the one. Anytime I try to use the bathroom myself, the security guard will go and call the police on me. The the janitors will call the police on me. Any train station I go, they call the police on me, so I'm no longer welcome. So I can't even travel freely. They block me from going to Port Authority train station to use the bathroom. And the bathrooms there and the bathroom in the station for customers. They just call the police on me for no reason, have diarrhea, and they're mocking me everywhere. So the federal agents and the police need to be investigated for severe brutality. They said another guy was killed. His name is Nansui. Nansui. They put in newspaper. It's just so much killings going on. The police abuse this guy. This is also being killed, beaten. Messiah Nansui, South Ghanaian. April 17, 2025. Too much horror. So the FBI and the police may be hiring black Americans to be killing Africans. I don't know if he was born in Africa, but his name sounds Ghanaian. They said that the prison department here in New York is so corrupt. they had to hire a federal monitor. And I used to come here a lot. They used to beat me a lot. I used to call 911. So the international community needs to investigate. The FBI may be using Black American rappers to kill people like foreigners, so these Black Americans can boast in their song, and the FBI will investigate them. So they're like, oh, you got away with another body, body. I'm trying to rap song. So this is a genocide. The FBI will be sponsoring Black Americans to start a genocide through their drill rap. I'm a Nigerian activist. I want answers. I want answers. I have a green card. I don't care what this Trump is going to do to me. My father has been killed, and this has to be investigated. Your Congress has to look into this. The Black Lives Matter. The Black Lives Matter. And all you rappers, if you're into this and being intimidated, wherever you are playing for the NPA, I hope your NPA investigate this. The FBI may be using Black American superstars to hire street thugs to kill people on the street for their music or whatever. This nonsense has to stop. I'm documenting this, and in case I die, it's not accidental. They're trying to cover up a crime. I'm not looking for any trouble. All I have is a green card, but I'm going to keep documenting anytime they bother me.